channel. It's Ashley Esel. Today I'm going to be filming a video on contouring, as you can see right here. I already do have my foundation done in the video, so if you want a more in-depth tutorial on that, let me know, and I can definitely do that for you guys. But for now, you know what to do. Subscribe below, and I will link all of the products that I use underneath, and then if you want to learn how to achieve this look, let's get started. Hey guys, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a contouring video. We're going to get all this going, all that going. Going to get the nose, some up here, and get a little bit down here. I already did my foundation, I already did my eyebrows, so that's all done. I can do a video later on that. Just let me know. And anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia contouring kit, the light to medium, and this is kind of what it looks like. You've seen me use it before. I hit pan on my yellow shade. I'm a little sad about it, but that's okay because it gives me an excuse to go buy a new one. Sorry, Colin, it's gonna happen. But we're gonna go in with these two bottom shades right here, these two. What I do is I'm gonna start with my cheeks, and then from there we're gonna kind of go to the nose, around the face. And the brush I'm going to be using first is the Pro Flawless bronzer brush from Sephora. I think, yeah, Sephora. And you're just going to kind of go in here, grab a little bit of that, touch into that one. And you're just going to kind of take it, and you're going to start here from the very tip of, I kind of already have like that natural like look. I just kind of dabbed some on, but just kind of like following this down. And I like to start higher to then go lower. Let's grab a little bit more. You're just going to kind of buff this out a little bit. And just kind of work that in. I personally like to be darker out here on my temples and then lighten it up as you go along. So you're going to see me pulling product back instead of pulling it forward somewhat. And I do use some like circular motions and some kind of up and down, but it's not up and down, it's more of like little ones. So then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm just going to kind of brush that back. And then just kind of get that all up in there. And kind of just work it in. It doesn't have to be too precise, because if it is, it's going to look not as natural. I mean, contouring isn't really natural at all, but it kind of definitely, there's a difference between the super baked and super like the cream contours, which I'm not really into. They personally just don't sit well on my skin, or maybe I just haven't found the right foundations to use for that, or the right products for it. But for me, a powder contour, this works a lot better for me. There's a little bit more forgiveness and give with it, and you don't have to be so like precise with it, and if you mess up, you can kind of just buff it out and it's not really a problem. So then we're just going to kind of take some, and this way, you know, if you got these double chins going, sometimes they just happen naturally. You can kind of create this illusion of this jawline. And just kind of work that in there. This definitely isn't going to be as dark, so I really only take this like, this like middle shade right here, and kind of work that in down there. So just kind of take it, and buff that out there. And so you can kind of tell that there's like that natural shadow already there, and you're just going to kind of darken that up a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, I gotta fix this. It's a little uneven. That is the one I would say con to using a powder contour is that it's very easy to make it uneven. One side can be a lot darker than the other, and once you go way too dark, there's really not any coming back from it. But you can always, if you're just, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna just go dark today, have at it. Just gonna apply a little bit more on my cheeks and just get that natural kind of like appley kind of feeling. This center one is a little more cool toned than this warm tone right here. This is way, way too dark for me, and even in the summer, like I really don't even try to touch that because it is so dark, and I can't even begin. There's no way. I think I've maybe tried it once, and I just looked like a pumpkin. I looked like the Oompa Loompas. So that was just not going to happen. So then, after that, I'm going to take this little airbrush concealer. I don't use it for concealer. I've already told you guys that. And this is what I use to contour out my nose and make that like real, real tight. So you're just going to take a little bit of this center one and then just dab. I mean like real, real small. And you're just going to take this and you're going to start on the tip of your nose and you're going to pull it back. And you're just going to work that back and forth and kind of bring it up to your eyebrow so you get this natural like kind of curve that just flows into it. You don't want to make this too dark because there are already shadows that are going to form there. But you just kind of like work that down and get the bottom of your nose because there's a natural shadow there. The whole point of contouring is to highlight the natural shadows that are already there on your face, and it's just going to make you look, some people think it makes them look a little skinnier. I personally, like, I know I'm at the weight I am, and it is what it is. I do it to just kind of carve everything out, not to give the illusion that I'm smaller than I am, and that's my personal opinion. But hey, boo, if you think it makes you skinnier, you do whatever you need to. So then I do take some of this leftover product that's on the brush, and I just kind of carve this out at the bottom. And you just kind of work that in there. All right, and there's that. So if you can tell, there's all of this, it's kind of faded down. So I'm going to clean that up hello, that's the wrong place to put that. I'm going to clean that up a little bit with my Airbrush Precision Foundation. And I'm going to take this like banana shade right here, mixed in with this like lighter shade. You're just going to kind of swirl your brushes in those. And you're just going to kind of cut that out a little bit. And then you're going to kind of swoop this around so it cleans all of that up right here. Sometimes the product can go a little bit further down than I would like. So you're just going to kind of buff that in, work that out. And then I do take this and I do go underneath my eyes to just brighten that up and give the illusion of awaked eyes. I was up super early this morning. My dad decided that we were going to go work out, and his trainer basically made me cry. I've got this like super bad like shoulder problem, and he was just like digging, like, I mean, it was just like he put his finger right here, he just held it. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. I like almost passed out. It hurt so bad. But anyways, this kind of gives me the illusion that I'm a little more awake, a little more with it. And then I am just going to kind of take that same banana shade and I'm just going to kind of buff this down the middle of my nose and then out, just so these aren't so harsh. And just kind of work it up into the forehead. This is where a lot of light catches on my forehead. My student ID for my university ID was so bad to the point to where it just looked like I had this like ray of sunshine that was just shining down on my forehead. I was sweaty. It was like 105. It was so freaking hot that day, and I just wasn't prepared to take a picture. And they went flash, and it just hit me right here. So anytime like that picture would pop up, I was like, oh God, I needed to blot before that happened. It was just not pretty. So I don't like to go too heavy there. But what I will do to kind of help that situation is contour a little bit up here. I'm not going to go too heavy just because it's going to be, this is what I will wear when I go out. But I don't want to be too dark up here because I am really fair right now. So I don't want to give the illusion that I'm super tan because I'm not. So I'm just going to kind of pull my hair back, and I'm going to start up in my hairline to get all of that like excess product that like is really too much. You're just going to kind of dab around and then circular motions and just kind of bring it down. And just kind of work that all up in there. And so it's not a lot, but it's enough. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then work it down and around. And then you're just going to kind of fill in the middle. I do have somewhat of like a large forehead, but not anything like way too big. So I do like to kind of just like hood this a little bit more so it doesn't like, I don't have all that light beaming up there. Just kind of take a little bit more of that and just kind of buff it in. There we go. And so after that, I do want my cheeks to be a little bit darker because I am going to go in with some blush. So I'm going to take the Becca, what is it? Warm Honey. I don't even know what this is. The Becca like Warm Honey. It's really small compared to their like highlighting palette. So you can kind of see the size difference. This one's, sometimes it can look a little muddy, but not too much because all I'm going to take is I'm going to take that huge fluffy brush and I'm just going to kind of swipe. And literally, I'm not kidding, one tap. That is all you need. And I'm just going to kind of swipe that on there. All right, so see, it can like, it just kind of highlighted that a little more. One dot, just kind of shake that off a little bit and just kind of buff that up so it gives you more of a bronzed goddess kind of looking. And I'm just going to kind of rub the rest of this all over. All right, so then after that, that's pretty much it for contouring. It's not hard. A lot of people are afraid to do it. I know I had a lot of my friends like ask me like, how do you contour? Like, I really don't know what to do. I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong and it's going to look really bad. And honestly, like I learned by watching YouTube videos. And so that was the way that I found it easiest. I've watched countless like cream contours and they just still don't work for me. But I found that this palette has helped a lot. I really want to try out the Kat Von D highlighting and contouring palette. I just haven't worked up the courage to buy it yet. I kind of went on a splurge for drugstore makeup, so just gonna have to take a pause a little bit, use what I have, and then once I'm ready, I can go. Once I think I hit pan completely on both of my highlighting shades, I think that's when I'll go back and I'll buy it. Because I definitely still have a lot of product left in my contouring ones because it doesn't take much. It does, like I've had that for months now, and so it's been like a ride or die of mine. So then after that, after we've kind of like made this really bright and all of that, I'm gonna take a highlighter, I think it's the Jaclyn Hill one that she collaborated with Becca on, and it's the Champagne Pop. And I'm just going to take a fan brush. It's big, it's fluffy, 2 swipes and you're basically done. And I'm just kind of, I have my dogs in here and she's like got allergies galore. You're just going to take that. It's not very much because it does not take a lot to highlight. and I'm just going to kind of roll it down and then fluff it up, and there. See, it just kind of gives it that little pop. Get it? Play on words. Ha. So then just kind of dab that down, roll it, and then swipe the rest of it. And then I do like to do my nose, just the tip, and then just the rest of it, and there's not even very much. Just kind of swipe it down, and then my Cupid's bow. Just right there. And there's that. And then I am going to highlight my brow bones. So I'm going to take, somebody's calling me. Don't know who that is, not going to answer. I'm just going to take this like little fluffy brush, and I'm going to go under and just kind of highlight there, and then on top, and just kind of buff that out so it gives you that highlight right there. Do the same thing on the other side. And boom. And then I'm a little too dark right here. The concealer I used it did not fly, honey. No ma'am, it did not. So I am going to go back in with this light to medium and just kind of go out in the center and just kind of buff that out a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. And that's it. That's really all I have for you guys. This is kind of the finished product for highlighting and contouring. And all you have to do is really just add like a little bit of blush. I'll show you guys. Let's see, that's not it. Give me 2 seconds. I just reorganized all my makeup and I have no idea where the rest of it is. What the poop? Ah, found it. I went to Target and I bought like their little like bathroom like container sets. Love them. So I'm gonna use this Milani kind of rose. It's the Romantic Rose Powder Blush. And I'm just gonna take a Sonia Kashuk. I butchered that and I'm sorry, but it's kind of like the cheetah print one. I don't know if they still sell this. I got it at Target. I'm just gonna, whoa, too much. And you're just gonna kind of take a little bit of that and you're just gonna kind of pull that in. It doesn't have to be dark. Blushes, I mean, I get red really easily, so I do not like to use that much. But then after that, that's basically it. You just kind of buff that in. If you want more highlight, girl, go for it. If you don't use it. If you just want to stay matte, that's cool too. But that's it. And it's not hard, and if I can do it, you can do it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you later. Mwah! Bye. Oh my god, why? I just need to get out of my own head. Ah! Alright. Isn't that really cute? Okay. I need to get it together, man. It's just one of those days. Jesus. I'm feeling in one of those weird moods today. Weird. Alright. We're gonna get to it. It's gonna happen.